United!
Who wants to go? Come on,
mate.
Superb.
Yeah.
What'd you make of it?
Yeah, we're good.
The whole game?
Not all the game, but we started off really well, but then faded off a little bit in the second half. But yeah, I think in the second half, the end of it, we done really well.
I mean, today was a massively important game for us. We could not afford to drop any points today, especially after last week's against Huddersfield. We won't go there, but I think today proved that it was a blip.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, Tottenham ain't a bad side, are they? So
we missed Pogba.
Yeah,
missed Pogba.
How much have we missed him?
A lot.
We missed some serious in the direction.
Over the last few
we missed some serious direction from midfield.
Yeah.
Martial comes off the bench today, gets the goal.
He was my man to score.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I had him on. Yeah.
You know, you could stick your Tottenham Hotspur up your arse. You could stick your Tottenham Hotspur up your arse.
Yeah, it was that type of a game, you know. We couldn't go cavalier about it. We had to go out and play constructive football. And in typical Mourinho style, we had to grind out a result.
I mean, we wasn't really in trouble today, was we? I mean, I know they had no Kane, but even from that, apart from the Dele Alli chance, we were comfortable. We had Eric Bailly back today, and that was brilliant.
Yeah.
They didn't really look like scoring, did they?
No, not really. They had one shot at goal, but we defended with the ball, and we played. It's a good team performance.
Any standout performance from us today?
I like Matic. I think he's our captain Valencia. When he went forward and crossed the ball, he looks promising.
One player's been coming in for a bit of stick. He came off again today. That rarely completes 90 minutes. Henrik Mkhitaryan, he came off again today. Do you think that was right? Do you think he needs some time on the sidelines? How do you see him?
I think he needs a longer run in the team because I think he's a player that I like very much, you know. But his time will come.
Chelsea next. Big game. We haven't really performed too well there in recent years. Can you see us going and getting a result at least?
Mourinho 18 versus Mourinho B. It's got to be a win for the 18 minute.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us today.
All right.
Flex United Stand TV. We have scraped a 1-0 win against Spurs. I'm here with Paul. What do you make of it?
Classic. Thought they battled well. Spurs weren't even in the game. Didn't have a shot on target, I don't think. Martial, class. Come on, it was the difference.
Beginning of the game, I mean, first 5 minutes we looked all right, then Spurs started to calm down a bit, started to get settled, and we didn't get any shots on target after that. Do you think that we needed to make a change, or do you think that Mourinho managed to sort of get the boys going after half time?
Yeah, to me personally, I'd have brought Mata on for Herrera just to hold the ball more in midfield. Was holding it in midfield, giving it away far too easy. Lukaku up front chasing shadows. He gets a lot of flack off the fans, but unjust, I think. He likes his socks off when you watch him run off the ball, and I think that's just what they lacked a bit.
Well, he set the goal up today, didn't he, Lukaku? I mean, it wasn't route one after we're trying to play, and in the end it's route one that's done it, and Lukaku has actually got, you know, part of the goal.
The assist as well as a goal. Sometimes you don't get the plaudits for making the goal, which I'm sure he has done today.
Rashford come off, there was a few boos running around there. I know Martial did come on the score, but at the time, what did you make of that? Did you think that it was the right move?
Yeah, very surprised. I thought Rashford was dominant. The Spurs defence was backing off him every time he touched the ball, so yeah, it surprised me a lot.
Harry Kane wasn't there today. Luckily for us. I mean, do you think that helped us out?
Yeah, I just don't think they offered now up top whatsoever. Llorente is coming on, he's an over-the-hill striker, isn't he, in my opinion, so yeah, in the bag, 3 points.
We had to win today. I mean, we got Chelsea away next. We looking good to face them?
Yeah, just again holding the ball. I think holding the ball's the main problem. Defence wasn't troubled one bit, and we're just not holding it in midfield for me.
Cool. Man of the match today?
Had to be Rashford for me.
Interesting. Well, thank you for talking to us, Paul. We get the 3 points against Chelsea. 1-0 against Spurs. I'm here with Philo. What's your thoughts on that, man?
You know what? It was a great performance, must say. The defensive rear guard was great. I don't believe actually Tottenham had a shot on target, if I'm not mistaken. A meaningful shot. I think soon as Martial came on and Lingard brought energy into the team, Matic also forced the issue in the midfield, and then it caused us to cause them problems in the second half. I feel like in the first half we were giving Spurs a bit too much respect, and in the second half we just persevered and we got that goal that we needed.
Yeah. Second half was obviously a lot better. I mean, first half we were, I wouldn't say poor, there wasn't a lot of quality in the game altogether. Yeah. And you know, you say about Martial coming on, do you think that was obviously the right move to make? I mean, a lot of people didn't want Rashford to go off. What was your thought on that?
You know what, I'll be real with you, in a game like this I would prefer Martial, because you need that bit of quality, you need a bit of composure. Rashford is developing into a great player, but at times in a big game he tends to use his head more than he should be using his like his ability. With Martial, one-on-one, I could bank on it. With Rashford, I'm a bit 50-50 with him.
I agree. I think Martial seems to be the more naturally gifted footballer. Do you know what I mean? He's more skillful, but obviously Rashford is very direct and is always always a threat. But no, I think it was good. What do you think of our midfield in terms of Matic, Herrera? How do you think them two done? Because obviously we've been without Pogba for a little while. How do you think those two done?
Today was a bit better. Of late, Herrera has been getting a lot of stick, which I think is a bit unfair. Like, he's come back from injury, he's been dropped out the team as well. So slowly but surely he's getting better. Matic's solid. He's always been solid. Today I saw it for myself. Very solid, very composed. Every 50-50 he won. His ball distributing was good. Strength, hold-up play was excellent. I think for me, Matic man of the match, easily.
He's been a great signing. I mean, I don't know about you, but he seems to be better on the ball than I even remember him at Chelsea.
Yeah.
You know, he used to keep it simple and give it to the players who can play, but since Matic's come here, he can play.
I think he's very underrated. I think the reason why he was underrated at Chelsea as well is because of Kante. And it's funny because now you look at Chelsea, the midfield looks a bit, you know, with Matic, he was like the unsung hero. Kante will get all the headlines, but Matic was the real enforcer, and it's starting to show now, and he's obviously showing that at Man United.
Well, that leads us on to the next thing. Max has got to go back to his old club, Chelsea, away. We ain't done too good there recently, man. What? Can we get a win there?
I feel we can. I feel with Chelsea you can get at them now. Like, they haven't got the still like how they used to. I feel like the Monaco boys they got there, they're taking a long time to settle in.
Bakayoko,
yeah. So I feel like we can get at them. Obviously we got the right ingredients to get at them with the pace and power. When I say pace, I mean Rashford, you got Lukaku with the strength. I think we can go out there and actually nick a 1-0 because our defence, we don't concede that much. So I think, we can.
We look solid today, innit? Eric Bailly back, he's my guy. I mean, we really needed him back today. He's been absolutely solid. We were fine at the back today, innit?
Yeah, like I said, I don't really remember Tottenham really causing any problems, really. People will say, they didn't have Kane. I don't think Kane would have really made a difference. I think we looked very solid, very composed. I would say, with us, the only thing that makes me worried is that away from home, Jose tends to play a bit more defensive. Today, I was happy, but I did expect him to go for it because we're at home. And we needed the 3 points to stay up with City. So
that was the main thing today. I mean, even regardless of performance, to be fair, it was a fairly decent performance in the end. There wasn't much quality throughout the game, but I mean, we did enough to win, and the players looked like they had a reaction from last week. But it was just all about the win today, innit? Really.
To be fair, it wasn't a great game, but it was the type of game that, you know, a bit of quality wins it, and that quality came from the flick on from Lukaku and Martial's composure to finish it with his left foot, because he's right-footed, his weaker foot. He composed himself, steadied himself, and he just slotted it past the keeper. So that was a bit of quality that was needed, and I think that's the only actual meaningful shot that was taken on target on the game, and that's what you need, you know.
Overall then, man of the match today?
Matic, easily. Still performance. Matic, it'll probably go to someone like Martial, if I'm guessing. But for me, Matic, solid performance, consistent, strength, composure, ball rotation, everything.
Everything you want from a midfield player, innit?
Everything. Solid.
Well, thanks for talking to us today, man. Wicked. Chelsea, we go. All right, wicked. Tim, what's your thoughts on that?
Brilliant result, man.
Sonny Martial, he came from France.
Hey! Anthony Martial, man, off the bench, scored the winner. Brilliant, unbelievable.
It was weird. It was weird because when Rashford come off, there was a few boos coming around. Not a lot of people wanting him to come off. Martial comes on, does the business.
Well, Rashford, everyone thought Rashford would do the job, like, you know, that he'd get the winner, but Martial came off the bench, man. But Anthony Martial came off the bench, man, and won it for us. There you go. Martial starts, Rashford scores. Rashford starts, Martial comes on and scores. Brilliant, man. We need this points, man. Nearly top of the table.
We really did need it. I mean, we got Chelsea next game. I mean, that made this even more important. We had to win today. Chelsea next game. How do you think we're looking for that?
Had to win today. But look, next week is next week. Away from home, we get the 1-0 win next weekend. We're up there, and we're going to win the league, lads. Trust me. I know everyone's saying, oh, great win today, but we're going to win the league now. Trust me.
Can you actually see, I mean, City obviously strong. Can you actually see us staying toe-to-toe with them for the rest of the season?
Well, we'll see if City win today, first of all. Like, if they don't win today, Jesus Christ, lads, 2 points behind them. it's only the start of the season, you know. A long way to go yet.
Lastly, who's your man in the match today?
Man in the match, oh fuck it, I have to say Matic because of the amount of ground he covered, like, you know. Martial came on and scored the goal to win it, but Matic covered every blade of grass today, lads. He covered everything, and he put the balls up to the front to get the goals. Do you know, so I'm drunk now. No
problem, Tim, thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, United all the way. United!
1-0 I'm here with Deepak. What's your thoughts on that, man?
It was a good game. I was slow at the start, but we done the damn thing, man.
The first half, yeah, first 5 minutes we looked good.
We looked good.
And then Tottenham started to get involved, and then we just wasn't on the ball.
Wasn't on, but Martial, at least he done the damn thing, man. Yeah.
He came on for Rashford. A lot of people at the time, I could hear a lot of boos going around the ground. Didn't want Rashford to come off, but Martial's popped up with the goods. Them two again swapping around. What do you reckon of that?
Do you know what? I think Lukaku needs some help, so we need to rotate it as well, man. Get Martial up there with him, or Rashford as well.
What did you make of Mkhitaryan today? I mean, a lot of people have been saying he hasn't been playing too well. What do you make of him today?
The season good, but he's slipped his form. But I think he needs to get his form back. As soon as he gets that back, good job, man.
No one Matter today, didn't even get off the bench. Do you think we missed him? Wanted him?
Do you know what? Matter, he don't have enough pace, but he's a quality player, man. He's a quality player.
In the midfield, a lot of people saying Matic had a great game again today. He's been solid for us today. I thought he done very well today. How do you think he done?
Yeah, he has been solid. He was probably our best signing, to be honest with you.
A lot of people didn't even want to come.
No, Lukaku's a bit hit and miss, man. But
well, Lukaku started well, didn't he? I mean, but there's lots of times where you don't see him with the ball and he looks like he's not contributing. But what do you think of Lukaku? Do you think that he's our main man for the season, or do you think when Zlatan comes back, we need to put Zlatan back in?
I want Zlatan back to give him a bit more, you know, motivation and pressure. But Lukaku's been doing all right for now.
Lastly, Deepak, who's your man of the match?
I'll give it to Ashley Young, to be honest with you.
Young, haven't heard that one today. Interesting.
Yeah? See you later. Take care,
man.
Yeah, delighted with the win today. I thought we played okay, but defensively we were solid. Jones had a great game again today. I thought Matic was brilliant out there. You know, he's just solid again. And Martial, what more can you say? Comes on, does the business. Brilliant, delighted.
You speak about defensively. We had Eric Bailly back today. We really needed him. He looked comfortable. We were right at the back. I mean, obviously Spurs didn't have Kane. We weren't in too much trouble.
Yeah, no, I thought we were solid enough. They didn't create too many trouble. We were solid enough. As I said, Jones and Bayer are good. So really happy with the defending. It's great to keep a clean sheet. And as I said, great to get the goal at the end. And massive 3 points. So we go to Chelsea next, and hopefully we can get a result there. And title race is still on, so brilliant, great day.
Big game against Chelsea. I mean, dropping points today was unthinkable. We now, you know, City will probably win their game as usual, but I mean, we've kept pace. Can you see us going to Chelsea and get a result? It hasn't been a good stomping ground for us recently.
Yeah, Chelsea's tough. You know, we don't have the best of records there, but let's go and see what happens. Like, it was a big game today. We got the win, so we're going there with confidence now. And who knows? You know, if we can keep Jones fit. Anyway, he didn't pick up any injuries today, so I'm confident. You know, I'm just happy going into the game. I'm confident we can get something there now. So
good. There were bit times in that game today where we were not on the ball. We allowed Spurs to settle. We allowed them to come into the game. Any standout performance for United? Who was your man of the match today?
I would say, if I had to say, I'd say probably Matic. I thought he was solid, you know, and Jones as well stood out for me. I think he's just, you know, battling for everything, and Bailly as well. So yeah, I thought, like, I don't know, I'd probably go with Matic. I thought he was really good, and you know, he just controlled the park, centre of the park. So solid performance from Matic.
Good, Lee. Well, thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, no
and off we go to Chelsea.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Man.
Thank you very much.
See you, buddy.
Cheers, man. Here with a transatlantic passenger, Susan, all the way from the States. What do you make of it?
I thought it was awesome. I would like to see a little more action. I always want to see attack. I come here, I want to see goals. So, while I'm thrilled with the 1-0 result, 3-1 would have been better. I had £5 on it. But United, always a good time at Old Trafford. Everybody here is so awesome to us. They really welcome us. I'm with the USA Supporters Club. There's actually a dozen of us that are here today, and I'm just here to support our team.
Wow, that was absolutely brilliant. I mean, 3 points was absolutely vital today. We had to win. We couldn't afford a draw, and we've managed to do it. I mean, we've made some good positive substitutions. Martial comes off the bench. What did you make of Martial today?
I thought he could have been, a little stronger. Like I said, you know, it just, hey, a win is a win. I'll take it all day long. We have to win next week against Chelsea. The only people I hate more than Chelsea is the New York Yankees. For real.
I mean, we've got to go to Chelsea. I've been saying to quite a few fans today.
Chelsea, no problem.
No problem.
To beat Chelsea.
Can you see us beating Chelsea, in all honesty?
Oh, definitely, yeah. This team can win. I'm not too impressed with Mourinho. I don't know, he just looks like kind of a jerk, but he looks like he could be a little more inspiring. He can get the guys going. They just got to give get up for the game. They got to realize this is their job, and you know they get paid big pounds to play, so they got to get up for the game. That's all it is.
It's interesting you say you're not impressed with Mourinho. I mean, are you pleased with him at the helm at Man United? Do you think he's the right guy to take us forward and get us back to great things again?
I'm not, but I don't know who is. So I know that was going to be your next question. No, I don't think he's all that in a bag of chips, but I mean, I don't know who is.
Well, we seem to have made a good start to the season. One loss, no?
I don't know. You know what? In the States, it's only like 8 a.m., so we get up really early to watch this. I want to see wins. I want to see goals. I want to see like aggressive play every single week.
To be honest with you, I mean, you're not really going to get that with Jose Mourinho. He's not known for his expansive, so from that point of view, I can see what you mean.
Yeah, he's not my kind of manager. I want to see like balls to the wall. Sorry.
No problem.
Love you both.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us, and have a safe flight back. Keep up the great support. Thank you. Take care. United Stan, I'm here with a geezer from Dublin. We've got a lot of people from Dublin support Man United.
No way, really. I think there actually is a really big following in Dublin with United.
What'd you make of it today?
You know what? I think it was a classic Mourinho performance. I think, you know, it was kind of not part the bus as such, but you know, kind of contained them, and then you know hit them on a counter attack. We tried it once or twice. You know what I have to say. I think Lukaku, I love the guy, but I have to say I think he's not very good at holding the ball up. Like, he needs to be better. He needs to be stronger and more passionate. Like, the ball's near him and he's just kind of, he's not going for it, you know?
There's been loads of question marks over him, and before he come, people's, you know, laughing at us for spending 90 million on a guy who doesn't have a good first touch, a guy who can't hold the ball. I have to say there has been a lot of times this season already where I've seen those traits.
I mean, it's just so frustrating watching him, because he's a big guy, you know, what is he, 6'3"? I mean,
he's a beast.
He's a beast. He's a monster. You see him in train, like he's a fucking tank. You know what I mean? Sorry, I shouldn't curse.
Mate, you say what you feel.
I just think that he needs to. It's like he's lazy or something. I just think he's a bit lazy.
But we're saying all this, but the flick on it's come from him,
that's the thing.
and he's scored a whole bucket load of goals so far.
Exactly. I was saying to my dad, you know, I think we should take him off. But then, you know, as soon as I said that, 5 minutes later, he gets a flick on. Martial goes through. Tony Martial, what a man, you know. But yeah, so he has his qualities. He does. I just think he needs to work it a little bit harder. Yeah, and can I just say as well, I think Nemanja Matic was unbelievable today.
You're not the first person to say that today.
He was unbelievable. I mean, the guy is just so powerful, and he's always composed. And it's like he has so much more time on the ball than anyone else. You know, kind of, he just puts his hand out, holds him there. He just controlled that middle of the pitch today, I think, and especially off the ball as well.
In midfield, Mkhitaryan was in our midfield. I didn't see much of him. What did you make of him today?
Mkhitaryan, he's quiet. He's like that, isn't he? Like, he has his games where he's quiet, but then he can still, like Lukaku, come out with a moment of magic. So, I mean, he's frustrating, isn't he? He's a little bit frustrating.
Because we know how good he can actually be. I think that's the frustrating thing. We want to see that bit more. Well, I know I certainly do. Eric Bailly back in the squad today.
I thought he was our best defender today. By far, our best defender. Just that raw pace. Even if he makes a mistake, he can still make up for it by sprinting back, you know, and covering in behind. I thought he was excellent. Absolutely excellent. Yeah.
Next away trip, Chelsea. Go to Stamford Bridge. Very difficult.
It's got to be an interesting one, isn't it? It's got to be an interesting one.
How do you see it panning out? How do you think Jose's, might sound like an easy question to answer because it's Jose, but how do you think he will approach that game?
Well, I was at the Liverpool game in Anfield 2 weeks ago. My best mate is a Liverpool fan, so he had an extra ticket, so I had to pretend, you know, go in and like literally sit in my hands, so I wasn't going to cheer, you know, not get battered. But
you had nothing to cheer about anyway.
Exactly, yeah. So it wasn't too bad. But I was at that game, and I think he's going to play exactly like the Liverpool game. Sit 11 men behind the ball, and you know, hope to get some scraps.
Is that good enough for us? I mean, we are Man United, and Jose will be Jose. We know that. But at some point, will it catch up with him? Will he have to start being a bit more expansive in these away games, or do you think that's just a recipe for its success? That's it.
Yeah. Well, me personally, yes, I think he has to go for it, especially against that game against Liverpool 2 weeks ago. I mean, their defence is one of the worst in the league. Why not go out and attack them? You know, I'd rather lose 5-4 than draw 0-0. You know, kind of way.
But in the title race, I mean, going away to to play devil's advocate, going away to a rival and not losing.
Yeah. Okay, I understand it was a good result in the end, but Liverpool could have easily beaten us that game. Very easily beaten us that game. So I think that I understand. You know, you have to be defensive and, you know, guard a goal, try and get that clean sheet. But we have the attack. You know, Mkhitaryan, Martial, Rashford, all them guys. They have the capability of getting past players. Once they have the support, and once, you know, if it's 2 or 3 players around him, even Lukaku as well. A lot of times he gets very isolated, and you know that's why we're giving him a bit of stick. But he can really, if there's two players around him, you know, so let's say Rashford, Martial, if they're around him, and see that flick on today, why not start with that team? You know, Rashford on the right, Martial on the left.
Well, a lot of people have been saying is like the plan B. So say that doesn't work. I mean, who do we have off the bench? But I agree to a certain extent against some of the lesser sides. Maybe not today, but against some of the lesser sides where we really can have a go and we know we're going to have a lot of the ball. Why can't we just go with them and just hit them with all we've got?
Well, you see, Mourinho has this, defensive attitude, and I don't know why can't he see it? We can all see it. Why can't he see it? I think just start. My front four would ideally be Rashford on the right, Martial on the left, and Mkhitaryan in behind Lukaku. Because we're still playing two holding midfielders with Matic and Herrera. So why not? We have the stability there at the back. So why not go forward all the time?
What about when Pogba comes back? Then where would he fit into that?
That's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing. But you know what? People are giving Herrera a lot of abuse this season as well. I think it's a bit unfair. I mean, he hasn't been playing. When Pogba was there, he wasn't playing. He's only started 3. That's his 4th start today in the whole season.
Herrera was our most influential midfielder, arguably. Well, in my opinion, last year we relied on him heavily.
Completely.
He found himself unlucky to not be in the team very much at the beginning of this year. And is it a bit of rustiness?
Definitely, yeah. I completely agree with that. I mean, as I said, it's his 4th start today. When Pogba was playing, he wasn't in there. Like Herrera, maybe Herrera, Valencia, and De Gea were our 3 standout players last season. So he's not a bad player. He's a great player. It's just, as you say, rustiness. It's definitely rustiness. I mean, people are expecting too much of him. To come into a team after not playing for the first 4 or 5 games, or coming on for 5 minutes at the end. Every single player needs match fitness. They need it. So same when I'm playing football myself. If I miss 2 weeks and I come back, I'm not as good. You need that stability and kind of what's the word? Momentum. Yeah. You do lose it.
Lastly on that then, I mean, we've managed to get the 3 points today. We don't know what City obviously are going to go. We want to get you actually, Tottenham fans, we want to get you. Yeah. One second. Right, just lastly, can we keep pace with City now, and can you say us mounting a serious title challenge?
I want to say yes, but you know what? I hate to say it. It makes me sick to say it. But City look very good and they're very fluent. They do, and it pains me to say it. I want to get sick saying that, but you know what? It's gonna be tough. But I think we'll keep with them, up until the last few games. But I don't see us nipping them. I want to say I do.
So you actually think City are gonna just say it? You think City are gonna win league? Just say it. I'll put you on the spot. Just say it.
I don't want to say it. No, I don't want to say it because I fucking hate them. But maybe, yeah. I think I do. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us, man.
We're definitely gonna be second at least, and if not first, you never know what happens.
All right, wicked. Thank you. Cheers. David, thoughts?
Wicked, great win, really good. Recovered well after last weekend, didn't we? With the Swansea win, and then the tides had kind of turned when Kane got injured, and then they lost to West Ham. But it's still a really good win, wasn't it? And then first half, I thought it's quite even. If anything, they probably had the better of the first half. They sat back, sat deep, but
we were quiet in that first half, wasn't it? The first 5 minutes I thought we started pretty well. We was pressing them back and Tottenham looked a little bit nervous, and then once they settled down, we hardly had a kick of the ball. Yeah,
first 5-10 minutes we were on top. First half though, I thought they had the better, but Rashford was sharp. Rashford was sharp till he got taken off, weren't he? And but then Martial, he's a bad man, isn't he? Just come on.
He is, isn't it? Them two swapping over, whoever doesn't start, usually the other comes on and scores. And last time we were here against Palace, it was exactly the same thing. Right move, them two, keeping them switching, or do you want to see them both in the starting 11?
It's hard because when he took Rashford off, I thought he was our best player.
A lot of people were booing.
Yeah, and what do you do though? Do you take Lukaku off? And he set up Martial, didn't he? Lukaku's a beast, man. He's brilliant. I don't know, man. I thought Lingard changed the game a bit as well when he came out. I thought Mkhitaryan was poor again.
Again, he's been coming in for a lot of stick recently. Yeah. I mean, we didn't even see him get off the bench today. Do you want to see Mkhitaryan spend some time on the sidelines, or do you think that no, just keep playing him and he'll come good?
It's hard with Mkhitaryan because he's got the pedigree. I say it to my friends: if Lingard got a run of games, 10 games in a row, you don't know what kind of player he could be, do you? But he never gets that kind of run of games. He gets 1 or 2 or off the bench. Like, I love Jesse, man. Jesse's brilliant, but he doesn't get the run of games. And Mkhitaryan, he's proved it at the highest level. He's proved it in Germany. He proved it at the start of the season. And all the United fans, we couldn't wait for him to get a run of games last season. So it's a difficult one, but he hasn't been great, has he? For the last 4 or 5 games, he hasn't been great. And today he was anonymous. He didn't do anything.
Anonymous, that's a key word. Just on Lingard, you said you really like him. I mean, there's a lot of talk around, you know, United fans who say he's not that good, and he's not good enough. You know, he's on 100 grand a week. What does he do? Do you think that's? Do you think? I mean, that looks like it's the going rate for a squad player these days. I mean, do you think he is actually good enough for United, and he can, you know, go on to bigger things? You know, we go away to Real Madrid, say in the Champions League. Is players like Lingard good enough for us, or do you think he's good?
Yeah, United is about Lingard. It's about those kind of players, isn't it? And if Fergie was our manager still now, you know, we'd go away to Madrid and he'd have a place for Lingard. He'd do the Park Ji-sung role or the Welbeck role. I remember when Welbeck was marking Alonso, man marked him.
He had a great game that day in the Bernabeu, I remember that. Yeah.
And Lingard would do the same thing now. And I think Mourinho will get the best out of Lingard as well. But like I said, I feel sorry for him. He doesn't get like a few games in a row. He has to come on, he has to do little bits. But what he does is brilliant. And when he's playing in finals, he gets the goals for us, don't he? He wins us the games. And like today, I honestly thought he changed the game a bit today. Because Mkhitaryan's got the technical ability. He can pick defences apart when he's on song. But Lingard just he hassles them. He's got pace, he's got the passion, and he wins the ball, and he's got quality as well. He should have scored when he was through. He should have made it 2-0, shouldn't he? Yeah. But that's Lingard for you. But like I said, if you give him 10 games in a row, you'd be interested to see what he could do, because he hasn't had that, has he? He hasn't had that. But I can see why United fans get annoyed with him, because maybe he doesn't just have that, you know, that extra bit of quality.
The
like
X factor, like, you know what I mean?
Rashford,
yeah.
Like Rashford. But Rashford come on the scene, scored Rashford come on the scene, he scored some goals early on, some winners, some big goals. Jesse's done the same, but Rashford gets the games, doesn't he? Gets the games. And like, Lingard's not a winger. You're playing number 10. When we played Chelsea, when we beat them 2-0, when Lingard was playing behind Rashford, he's fucking brilliant. Excuse my language.
No, feel free, mate. Chelsea away, lastly. Can we get a result?
Chelsea away, yeah. But we should play Lingard, Rashford, Lukaku, players with pace that'll press them, win it high, and they've got the pace to carry it on. I'd rest Mkhitaryan for a little while. I don't think he's doing it. Ashley Young was brilliant as well today.
He was good, yeah.
I think our best formation, because Luke Shaw, he's not doing it, is it? There's something wrong there, there's something not right. But without the left back, 3-5-2 is the way forward. And you know, Ashley Young and Valencia, it's good balance. But Young, sometimes he doesn't have the final ball, but you know, he puts it in, man. He works hard. And you know, he rattled Ali today.
He did, yeah. I did see that. He tried to get in his head, try and get him sent off. To be fair to Ali, he didn't rise to it, which on another day he probably would have.
Ali's brilliant. Hopefully he'll be with us next season, won't he?
Yeah, well, who knows. Man of the match today?
Man of the match today, it's a tough one, because I'd like to say Rashford, because I thought he was really, really good. But I thought Phil Jones was good as well.
Who are you going to go with?
I'm going to go with Matic.
Matic, yeah, you're not the first person to say that today. Matic. Okay, well, thank you for talking to us, man. Cheers.